Hey yo, what's up guys? It's me again, and I'm here filming another preview again. As I said, it's Carolina time. It's Carolina's turn, going in alphabetical order. Carolina's a team that didn't have a great offseason, if I'm being honest. They didn't get any better. They actually probably got worse. They did get worse. But here's why. We'll get right into it. So let's look at the last 3 seasons. 2018-19, 46-29-7 was their record. They finished 4th in the Metropolitan Division, and they got eliminated in the conference finals. So a good run for them that year. And then the next year, they were seen as a good team. They went 38-25-5, finished 4th in the Metropolitan again, and they were eliminated in the first round. And this past season, Carolina went 36-12-8. Finished 1st in the Central Division, and got eliminated in the second round to the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Stanley Cup champions, who were also $18 million over the cap. And yes, that does influence things. I don't think it's cheating, because it's technically not cheating, but it's kind of stupid how you can just go $18 million over the cap. So what happened last season? They had a good season. Their last season stats and goals, they averaged 3.13 goals a game. That's 11th in the league. I could definitely see that going up. Their lineup is great. Goals against, only 2.39, which is 4th in the league. That will go down this season. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Their goaltending got worse. Their defense got worse. Their goaltending's not bad. Their defense is... I still think their defense is okay, fine, and good. But it just got worse, you know? They went backwards, and they have so much cap space. They're just managers cheap, I guess. That's what I was... been hearing. Power play, 25.6% on the power play, which is 2nd in the league, only behind the Oilers. So Carolina, great power play, and penalty kill, 85.2, which is 3rd in the league. So really, like, goals against, very good. Penalty kill, very good. Power play, very good. Goals, pretty good. This team is good all around, which is why they finished 3rd in the league this past season and 1st in their division. So projected lines. Let's start off with their offense. So their forwards are... I really like their forwards. They're young and fast and skilled and good. On their first line, you got Sveckkkkkklk, who I believe they're still trying to re-sign, Sebastian Aho, and Teuvo Teravainen. Very good first line in my eyes. Very good first line. Second line, you got Nino Niederreiter, Vincent Trocheck, and Martin Necas. So, Niederreiter, good year last year. Can he keep that up? I think so. Trocheck, very good year last year. Can he keep that up as well? Trocheck is another player who after getting out of Florida, going to Carolina this season, played very well. I think he can keep it up. And then Necas, one of their young forwards, only 22 this year. Even though he's already very good, you never know. Like, maybe he could take another step up. And then third line, you've got Martinuk, Jordan Staal, and Jesper Fast. That's a good third line. Like, they have 3 scoring lines. Well, third line isn't as much scoring, but they have 3. I'm gonna say 3 scoring lines. Whatever, 3 scoring lines. 3 lines of rolling on Carolina. And then your fourth line, Lorentz, Stepan, and Levo. It's a fourth line. It's fine. Their fourth line's fine. Now moving on to their defense. So before I get into their defense, I'd just like to say that Cat Friendly has Tony DeAngelo, or Anthony DeAngelo, however you'd like it, has DeAngelo on the scratches list. I personally don't think he will be on the scratches list. He's 25. He's a very good player. He only played 6 games last season, and those 6 games weren't good, but it's only 6 games. Like, he only played 6 games, and he's young. He's talented young defenseman who I could see bouncing back tremendously and almost being as good as Dougie Hamilton if things work out very well. Now, they might not. On the first pairing, you've got Jacob Slavin and Brett Pesce. Had Pesce on my fantasy league team. Thank you. Did very well. Picked them up like halfway through the year. But yeah, good. Sure, Pesce took a step up last season. I could see him if he gets power play time, because think Hamilton's gone. So if Pesce ends up like playing on the power play. I don't know if he did last year. I'd assume not. But if he does, those points could go up even more than they were last year. Second defensive pairing. Skage, I think. Brady Skay, whatever. And Ethan Bear. From my Oilers. Woo! Let's go Bear. Okay. Bear had an off year last year. You're hoping for a bounce back. I know a lot about that Bear boy because I watched him every game last year. Every single one. Bear needs to bounce back. He had a rough year last year. And I think he should be on the third pairing. But he needs to bounce back. Third pairing. Gardner and Ian Cole. Is that what it said? Cole? I don't know. They're okay. But this is where I feel like, imagine you had Slave and Pessy, Skay, D'Angelo, Gardner, Bear. I feel like that's actually a solid, good defense right there, even without Hamilton. And it's a lot cheaper. And maybe even D'Angelo moved, because D'Angelo's a right-hand shot. So he'd be on the right defense, right? That's how it works, at least with forwards. So I would have him on the second or first pairing, or maybe even the power play. I really don't know. He's a wild card for this year. He could change everything, or change their defense at least. And goaltending. I think their goaltending got downgraded badly this year. So you sign Anderson, a goalie coming off a bad year, a lot of injuries this season, to $4 million. In 24 games last season, he got an .895 save percentage. And Antti Ranta, he's 32. He didn't necessarily have a bad year last year. He was just injured for most of it, I think. He only played 12 games. He had a .905 save percentage. So he played okay. But both these goalies looking to have bounce backs. You'd think at least one of them would, right? But, like, Nedeljkovic. Why'd they get rid of Nedeljkovic? He's young. He only signed for $3 million. Like, I get their management's apparently cheap. Like, they didn't keep anybody. They just went with the cheap options. But at the same time, you signed Anderson for $4 million. You can sign Nedeljkovic for $3 million? Like, seriously? But I'm not a Carolina fan, but they're still a good team here. Scratches. I'll go over the scratches. Don't really talk about them, just list them off. Nosen, Smith, D'Angelo. And like I said, I could see D'Angelo probably playing on the roster for sure. Unless he just doesn't do good. But then again, like, everybody's forgetting how good D'Angelo really was. And he had a bad season last year. He played 6 games. I mean, he might not be the best in the locker room, but on the ice, man, he's skilled. He's a good defenseman. But yeah, as of my prediction for the Carolina Hurricanes in this next season, in the Metropolitan Division, you got Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I feel, will hold on. Like, everybody's forgetting they were good last year. I can see Washington dropping. I think they'll finish ahead of New York. Both New Yorks, I think they'll finish ahead of. Is there any other teams I'm forgetting? Who else? Who's like the best teams? So Pittsburgh is up there. New York, Philadelphia. Okay, I'm gonna say they finished second in the Metropolitan. Second in the Metropolitan. Off the top of my head, that's where I'm putting them. They're still a good team in my eyes. And I think that they maybe could finally go for a cup run. I mean, they already did a few years ago, but if they could make the finals, that would be great, right? But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.